Oh yeah, ex Blizzard has called Sony's decision to. Okay, so Sony apparently has decided that they're no longer releasing things on PC. Yeah,
Why?
because they've decided that it's not worth the trouble to release things on PC. Like it costs too much for the payback that they get, or for there's not enough bang for the buck, right? For them releasing a PC port. Now, here's the problem with that I take with all this. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Sony has a habit of releasing things on PC a year after it releases on the console.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. They wait a fucking year to release it. And then the few times when they don't, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Monster Hunter Wilds,
Yeah.
and they did a simul release, they don't actually optimize the PC release. So it doesn't do so well when people realize there's a problem. And then they don't touch it and they don't mess with it. Hell, I think I recently read somewhere that they finally took the time to optimize the PC release of Wilds.
Wow.
It has taken them how many months at this point to get around to it? But yeah, the reason why Sony doesn't do well on the PC market is because they wait too long to ship it out to the PC market.
Hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, Sony has decided that their game plan is to bring all their exclusives home and put it just on their system, which actually is a good game plan for them. I'm not going to lie. I know a lot of people are saying how bad that is, but PlayStation's the leading console on the market besides Switch, right? Or
Yeah.
yeah, since Nintendo's Switch. Xbox is also revisiting their plan on everything's an Xbox now too,
Mm-hmm.
because they're not doing so well, and apparently this whole push to being just a publisher is not enough for Microsoft. Um, but yeah, like Nintendo, the only thing that keeps the Switch moving is the fact that it has exclusives. I
Yeah.
don't know how many times I've probably said this on this, that if Nintendo actually did the thing I want them to, nobody would buy a Switch. Or I mean, people would still buy a Switch, but it would not be near the amount of people who currently buy a Switch.
Oh no, absolutely not. And, and
Right?
and the reason for that is pretty obvious because if the game is available on multiple platforms, you go with either A, the one that you already have, or two, just the best hardware out there. That those are usually the reasons that you do these things. If everything is everywhere, you get the best you can with your money. And Switch is always trying to be comparable or like at least maybe like a little bit less than a PlayStation. So just spend the extra, I don't know, 50, $75 and just get yourself a nice PlayStation if that's the case. Um, or, just join the master race of PC, but whatever.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's Sony was just like, we need to bring it all home. Our PC releases aren't doing so well. But apparently, I guess an ex Blizzard head calls Sony's decision to stop releasing PlayStation hits on PC logical. That's what this was about. Here was that ex Blizzard dev. There was something else that was Blizzard related. I thought that was next to it, but I don't see it.
Yeah, but you're not a Blizzard head anymore, so whatever.
I know, but I wanted to keep those two things together real quick.
Okay.
But yeah, because the Steam machine is launching, apparently, according to some insiders, they're afraid of that.
It seems like they are.
So that's the other reason, because if they do start simul launching like they started to do recently, that means it's going to simul launch on Valve, Steam, and if everyone can buy a Steam machine instead of a PlayStation, who needs a PlayStation anymore? So, I get it, especially if you watch Nintendo and their first parties, and
Yeah.
the fact that you've got to have the Switch to make those happen. You got to bring your first parties back, which sucks. It's anti-consumer, but it's also like the only way Sony can stay alive
Yeah. I mean, and it make
in the
well,
streaming market.
It just makes it so that you just won't play everything. You're
Yeah.
just gonna be like, "Well, alright, this is gonna be the console that I stick with." You just pick the one that has the most games that you wanna go with, and that's it. It's like, joining a streaming service of some kind at this point.
Yeah, it also doesn't help that they only make like a couple of mediocre games a year either
Yeah.
right now, or they cancel it outright, like Concord and High Guard. But anyway.